Welcome back, beautiful souls, to Good Vibes Over 55, where we celebrate reinvention, joy, and living boldly at any age. Today, we're ditching the pressure of resolutions, and instead we're choosing to do something that's more intentional, more soulful, and honestly, more doable. Instead of resolutions that fade by February, we're going to choose a word of the year, a guiding energy. And we're going to create a list of 26 things that we want to do, try, or experience in 2026. Also, we're going to take the wisdom that we learned during the year of the snake and the momentum of the year of the horse going into 2026 to guide our journey. You know, resolutions have a way of making us feel like we're not enough. They seem to come from a place of fixing our bodies, fixing the way we think, fixing our habits. And at our age, I don't think we're in the business of fixing. We're in the business of expanding. Resolutions are rigid, but life isn't. And the reason that they fade is because they're coming from a place of guilt, not desire. But a word of the year, that's different. It's softer, it's wiser, it grows with you. It provides you a compass so that you can move forward without worrying about everything being perfect. So let's talk about choosing your word of the year. Think of it as a guiding energy, the way that you want to feel in the new year, a filter for your decisions. Some questions I'm asking myself as I choose my word is, who am I becoming? How do I want to feel? What no longer serves me? And what energy do I want to invite into my life? And this is where we could also start to apply the characteristics from the year of the snake and the year of the horse. The year of the snake was about intuition and wisdom and shedding what no longer serves you. Then the year of the horse is about movement, freedom, boldness. So if you take those two things together, year of the snake, which is ending this year, 2025 is when I recorded this, if you're seeing this in 2026. So start writing down what no longer serves you, what you learned in 2025 about yourself, about others, about the direction you want your life to take you. And then think about the power of the year of the horse as we go into 2026. And maybe your word's brave, maybe it's run, maybe it's bloom, strength, softness. There's so many things, and the choice is going to be different for everyone. Your word, the word that you choose, becomes the bridge from the wisdom and intuition of 2025 and the momentum going into 2026. Now let's talk about your list. 26 things you want to do in 2026. This is not a to-do list. This is not a productivity challenge. This is a joy list, a curiosity list, a why not list. Think of it as a menu of experiences you want to taste this year. Mix big dreams with tiny pleasures. And if you choose your word of the year first, then you can add things to your list that support your word of the year. Think about learning, self-care, adventure, connection. I started doing this last year. Oh, actually, I think it was before last year. I'm a big fan of Gretchen Rubin, and she and her sister started doing this. And in fact, they have a downloadable, printable list that you can use on their website, and I'll link it in the description below. I personally, this is my list from last year, and I figured I would share some things from you, share some things with you, and see if I can read. So from my list last year, I didn't get everything down on the list, and that's not the intent of this list, is to make sure that you're checking all of the boxes. It's to inspire you and carry you forward. But here's some things that I did accomplish on last year's list. I booked my trip, and I took my trip to England, and I am so glad that I did. I did have a goal to lose some weight and get healthier, and I met that goal. In fact, I exceeded the goal I set for myself. Tape a video, edit a video, post a video. I did all of those. And again, I'm really proud of those accomplishments for this year. And not only did I just do one video, but this is my 4th or 5th video. I think this is my 4th video. And I'm still learning. I'm not very good at it yet, but I was watching a YouTuber who was talking about just get a little bit better each time, and so that's what I'm doing or trying to do. Read from some of the books that I own, and I did that, although I probably use the Libby app and the Hoopla app mostly. A no spend January, I did that this year, and I'm planning on doing another month next year. Make a new friend. On my trip to England, I met 2 wonderful ladies from Chicago. One of them lives part-time in Florida. They were in their 70s and were the most vibrant, inspiring women. And I'm a firm believer that God puts certain people in your path at the right time, and He certainly did that with these 2 ladies, and I'm so happy to have them as my friends now. Get a mammogram. I did that. Lots of things on here I didn't get done, and that's okay. Once you start doing these lists, you can actually use that as a jumping off place for your next year's list. If there were things that you wanted to do that you didn't get done the previous year, add them to this year's list. I've started this year's list, and so far I've got 24 things on the list. I left room to add a few new things, and I have not chosen my word of the year yet, so maybe once I do that, that will give me some inspiration for my last couple of things on my list. Something that I carried over from last year's list that I did not do was go kayaking. I've never been kayaking. I have a friend who knows how, and there's a little bit of fear, because you read those terrible stories about people turning over and getting stuck under their kayak. So I'll probably do a little research before I do that, but I really would like to do that. I love the water. I love being on the water. I find it very peaceful, and obviously it would be some good exercise. I've got stay at a hotel in the area that I've always wanted to stay in, so maybe I'll book a trip for my birthday. There is a dinner theater that has been here for ages. I've never gone. That is something that's on my list. Start walking again. I used to be a big walker. Like, I would walk every day, and a few years ago I had an injury on the bottom of my foot, and that got me off track, but I'm doing much better now, and so hopefully I can start out small with my walking habit again. I've got 3 people I want to connect with that I haven't seen in a long time. Volunteer, that's another one that made it onto my list from last year that I didn't get to do. And memorize a new Bible verse. That's something that I've started doing the last few years, and I have found it very grounding, and it also helps me connect with God. And if you are not a believer, you could choose something like memorize a poem or an affirmation. There's just some examples of what I've chosen to put on my list. Can you think of some things already that you have been wanting to experience, wanting to do, that you might add? So here's an idea. You don't have to do this, but it might make it kind of fun, is to create a ritual. Make yourself a cup of tea, light a candle, put on some relaxing music, and sit down and start to think about your word and start to work on your list. Make it something fun, something to look forward to, something joyful. Then a fun thing that you can do each month is check in. Check in on your list. How are things going? Do I want to make any adjustments? Is there something that I could fit in this month that would bring me joy? Another thing that I did last year is I made a mood board or a vision board for each month. I just use GoodNotes. You can hop on Pinterest and make a collage, but I found that really fun and inspiring to do, and it helped me move forward. So before we wrap things up, I want to do a little toast. Whether you are also sipping on something bubbly, or you're just having a cup of coffee or tea, or just soaking in the moment, here's to us in this beautiful stage of our lives. Here's to choosing a word that carries us forward, and to creating a list of 26 things to do in 2026 that brings us joy and happy memories. You are not behind, you are not late. You are right on time for the next chapter of your life. Let your word be your anchor and your list be your adventure. Cheers to fully embracing our joyful life that we are creating at this age. Here's to many adventures and memories in the year to come. And if you would, let me know in the comments what you end up choosing for your word of the year, or maybe a few things from your list that you create. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you in the next video.